So, what did St. Patrick say when he drove the snakes out of Ireland? You're right at the back there, fellas. Now that is an old joke, but not as old as this site. This is where St. Patrick's Cross was, which was a medieval cross that marked the spot where legend has it in the year 432. Yeah, that right, 432. St. Patrick delivered his last sermon before crossing the Irish Sea and going over to Ireland and releasing the aforesaid snakes. It is also the spot here where Holy Cross Church used to stand. Now, all of this area, it looks residential, it is residential, but it's actually now in the centre of the city. So it's part of Liverpool city centre. Back in the 1840s, there was a need for a church here. Holy Cross Church was built by the Catholic diocese. Reason being is that you had a huge wave of immigration from the mid 1840s, 1846, 1847 being the sort of apex of the Great Hunger. An Gorta Mór, sometimes called, controversially in my view, the potato famine. So you had droves of Irish people coming here, and this spot, now called Marybone, so it's a kind of combination of residential and student housing, is actually in a very, very important place in the history of the city. A kind of apex of it. Liverpool wouldn't be Liverpool without that initial explosion of Irish immigration, and they came right here. The third wing to my little vlog here is actually to do with the American Civil War and my forthcoming second book in the Harriet Farrell series, The Americans of Abercrombie Square. And this is where John Surratt, who was the only Lincoln assassination conspirator to escape justice, initially went to Canada and then found his way here to Holy Cross and the church that stood here. And Surratt was given sanctuary by Father Jovliet, both of whom are sort of fictionalized characters in my second book. So check that out. It's coming out later this year, and you'll find out much more when that does. Also, later on this morning, I'll be recording an interview with Sean Stiles on BBC Radio Merseyside about this very subject, so you'll be hearing the same information again, but please do tune in. Sound.